Well, people in the city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana are demanding an independent investigation following the death of Alton Sterling at the hands of two police officers on Tuesday. They're hoping his killing will be a turning point in race relations, not just in the state, but across the nation. Kilmeny Duchardt reports.
The community coming together.
Abdullah Mofahi hasn't slept much after bearing witness to the fate of a man who sold CDs right outside his shop doors.
From the time I walked outside, they started throwing him, slamming him on top of a car. They tasered him, tackled him, and got on top of him when he was on the ground, and they shot him.
The death of Alton Sterling is still vivid in his mind, but that's not the way he wants to remember a man he says was just trying to earn $1 for his family.
He had a huge heart. He had a huge heart. He was always smiling and laughing.
Abdullah Mofahi never imagined that his convenience store would become a memorial for a friend, or that it would become a place where the community would gather to make a call for change.
We're for the black people.
Nefertiti Bennett is having that conversation. As an activist in her community, she thinks a lot about the society she wants to change.
We need more schools versus more liquor stores or churches on every corner. We need more books versus marijuana and drugs and things like that.
And better training for the people whose job is to protect it.
We're the ones suffering from it, unfortunately. I haven't really, I can't really recall a white boy that was gunned down by police. And they're here to protect us. And our little babies are looking at them saying, well, they're confused. Aren't they supposed to help us versus kill us?
The president of the NAACP, or National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, preaching a similar message to Baton Rouge residents.
In the last century, we did not tolerate lynching at the hands of those wearing white sheets. We will not tolerate in this century lynching at the hands of those wearing blue uniforms.
The NAACP civil rights group says doing that would require an independent agency willing to fairly prosecute cases like these. And until that happens, this community says it will be anything but silent.
And Kilmeny joins us now live. So Kilmeny, just set the scene for us where you are there.
Kamali, it's a very tense situation. Right as you guys were coming to me, there was an arrest right outside here, outside of police headquarters, where demonstrators have been out here for essentially hours. They've just arrested another protester from across the street. And moments ago, when a car stopped and someone opened their car door, there was a police officer wielding an AR-15 that said, "Don't get out of the car." Everyone is on edge, everyone is on alert, and this is the first time since Alton Sterling's death that we're seeing police and demonstrators face off. This protest started out largely peacefully outside of Baton Rouge police headquarters, but as things grew a bit more tense, there were some protesters that tried to breach a police line, and they were arrested. Maybe about an hour ago, there was someone from the police department that came out to negotiate with protesters to please ask them to go home. They haven't been yielding that warning at all. They've been warned to go home. And about 30 minutes ago, we saw a bunch of police, a couple dozen police in riot gear, come out with shields. They said that they're not going to forcibly remove the protesters behind me, but they're holding shields because protesters have actually been throwing objects at them. So we're seeing the situation really heat up here in Baton Rouge. A lot of anger at the police. The protesters behind me shouting, "No justice, no peace, no racist police."
Well, a tense situation there, Kilmeny, where you are. What kind of change are the people of Baton Rouge wanting to see?
This all comes from a deep-seated distrust between protesters and the police. You can hear them shouting across. I want to pan to this right over here. I have our cameraman zoom in on what's happening right now, because Police have stayed on this median at this point, away from protesters. They've let protesters stay on this side of the street. We're on the side of the street where police headquarters are. But the situation is getting very tense with police on high alert. There's a couple of protesters that have been shouting, and they're forming a line. They're asking the police, what are you going to do to us? I mean, this is basically, the people of Baton Rouge have been calling for change. They want reform in the police department. They're not just angry about what happened to Alton Sterling. They say that that's just a regular occurrence and a long line of instances where the Baton Rouge Police Department has used excessive or unnecessary force, and that's what you're seeing manifest itself tonight. The Louisiana governor has actually said he was deeply disturbed over the events that occurred in the case of Alton Sterling. He had very serious concerns. He's been briefed by state and local law enforcement about the measures that they're going to take going forward following the death, what assets they have, how quickly they can respond to an emergency. So it looks like there may be a shift in some of the protocols, Kilmeny. But up until now, the Baton Rouge police chief has said that they're going to avoid these military-style responses like you're seeing here tonight out of respect for the protesters, which has been largely peaceful. But of course, the situation has escalated.
Absolutely. Well, Kilmeny, we'll come back to you throughout the morning to see the situation develop. Thank you for now.